Welcome to Live at Microsoft 365. We're actually here at the Veeam booth in person in Vegas, and I am joined by Edward Watson from Product Strategy, and we have Jay over here who's joining us from the ENow group. Do you want to give us a little bit, like an intro?
Yeah, first of all, super excited to be here with Veeam. They've been partnering with us on many events that support the community. In a short summary of what we do, we help organizations protect their Office 365 investment, and we help IT teams optimize service delivery. So when you think about the cloud, you can't RDP anymore into the data center. Mm-hmm. We give you visibility, help you monitor, understand if it's a Microsoft problem or if it's on your side, whether that's Teams call quality, true synthetic transactions. We also help you track adoption, because it's one thing to get there, it's another thing for people to use the technology. And then lastly, we provide visibility around license spend, which is a big deal right now. So tracking duplicate licenses, what plan should you be on? IT doesn't really want to deal with that, but with prices going up. So basically visibility, but stoked to be here with you guys today.
Well, we appreciate you coming and joining us. We have some collaboration we're doing at this event. And I'm sorry, Edward, you're product marketing. Let's go ahead and give you a proper introduction. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, no, Edward Watson, product marketing. But, it's been such an amazing event so far. We're on day 2 now. Day 1 was fantastic. This is one of the largest Microsoft-related events in North America. So for us to be here, you really feel the energy. You feel like we're really getting back to normal events here. So this has been really great. Great to talk to customers, great to talk to partners, seeing lots of integrators around and new players. So again, how has it been for you guys, Jay? What do you think?
I think you summarized it. After the pandemic, there was this void.
Sure.
And obviously Teams is great, and meeting with people virtually, the technology is awesome, but there's no substitute for being here in person. The conversations that you have, talking to partners, vendors, talking about challenges that we have, and definitely feel the energy. Of course, it is Vegas, so you're going to have that energy.
Absolutely, you're going to have the Vegas energy.
Now that you mentioned that we're in Vegas, so we want to hear from where you guys are at, and we're going to try to build out this map to see where you're all listening in from the entire United States that we're trying to fill out right here. If you're over in Europe or these other countries, and it's a little late for you guys, but we'd love to see you in the chat. Of course, we're in Nevada, and we got some of our production team over here in Georgia and Texas. So let's try to get that filled out. Go ahead and post wherever you're watching from inside that chat, and we'll try to get a map up for you here in a little while. So, Edward, we're super excited to be here. This is day 2 of the conference. What's been your experience so far? Like, what's your favorite thing that you got to do so far?
Yeah, for me, it's all about actually getting to talk to customers in person, right? Because, Teams is great, remote working is great, virtual experiences are great, but actually being in person, being able to have that real experience in person with the customer and be able to, hear what they're thinking, what their roadmap looks like, what the future looks like for them, and how we can help address some of those upcoming hurdles or upcoming future endeavors. We love to be here in person and talk to customers. So definitely all about the customers for me, all about the community as well. So
it's been a little overwhelming. We've gotten flooded a couple times at our booth. Just the love, we know who you are. We're happy to see you here. We use your product, and hey, can we get a demo, or can you fix my environment? Those are my fun topics, like getting to see how people are using the product out there. What's been your experience? What's been your favorite points coming in?
I'd say 2 or 3 things. Number one, meeting customers that we didn't know they were going to be here. We obviously sent out communication. They walk up, they show appreciation, and then you get to catch up more on the personal side. Because when you're in a Teams meeting, it's all about the agenda, fix, solve. So when customers come up, we're hearing more about how they're dealing with the pandemic, how their organizations have changed. Second thing is just talking to the Microsoft folks.
Yep.
Because at a conference, you get to rub shoulders with guys like Stephen Rose and talk to them, understand where's Microsoft going, of solving problems. So hearing where Microsoft is going, hearing from our customers, all of that creates great synergy.
Absolutely.
So we're sponsoring an event together.
We are.
Scheduled maintenance is going to be tonight, the day 2 event to be at, I would say, right?
It is absolutely the event to be at.
So tell us a little about the venue, what's going on. What should we expect when we come up tonight with our fans?
Let's first talk about the origins of scheduled maintenance. It actually started back in 2012. We're at a conference, and we were wrapping up the show. I was pretty wiped, and some MVPs invited us to go out. I decided to go. Turned out to be the most amazing evening. Everyone was collaborating. They were helping us solve some technical challenges, and it was just a beautiful evening. We said, you know what, we should do more of this, because it's one thing to come to a show and learn from the speakers, which is great content.
Yep.
It's another thing to have the organic conversations that just pop up.
Absolutely.
So we came up with the concept of scheduled maintenance around when you have to do maintenance for your servers. It's not something that people look forward to. You have to patch the servers at night. So we said, hey, what about the IT pro? How do we celebrate them and give them an evening of scheduled maintenance for themselves? So the idea is very epic location. So tonight we have rented out the top of the Stratosphere in Las Vegas. I think it sits about 1,500 feet or so, 1,100 feet from the sky overlooking the Strip. We have worked with their team to open up the rides to midnight. So there'll be rides hanging over the edge if you're into that little adrenaline rush. We'll have top shelf alcohol. Obviously, you guys will be there with your clients. Our clients will be there. And Stephen Rose and several of the Microsoft speakers are also going to be partnering with us and showing up. So just a great evening. If you haven't got your wristband yet, come by. Just show up. It's going to be an epic time.
And if you have no idea what we're talking about, didn't know scheduled maintenance was a thing at this event, and you know someone here, you can scan this QR code and get some more information. You'll get an email back, and come join us at the party. Come stop by the booth if you haven't already. We might be able to get a couple of you in. Just let us know.
Yeah, and we're booth 401. As soon as you enter the conference center here, take a right.
Immediate right.
There. Immediate right, and we are right there. So can't miss us.
And in the opposite far corner of this event, you are booth
117.
117. So definitely stop by those. And it looks like we have the map ready. Let's go ahead and get that map up.
Let's see.
All right, so we'll kick it off here in the United States. We've added Indiana, Washington, and Georgia. Now over to Europe, we have Germany, the Netherlands, and the Czech Republic. I wonder who that is. I know a couple of people are in the Czech Republic.
Cool.
And down in Africa, South America is next. We have Mexico, Brazil, and Argentina. I love when those bigger ones start to pop up because it makes that map look really full in there.
Mm-hmm.
And India, it's the last one we have here on our list that I see. Oh, plus Italy. Italy is also on this list. I missed that one up at the top when we were in Europe.
Hello, Italy.
I mean, that's incredible. I can't even imagine. It's late there.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
It is definitely late there. So why should someone stop by our booth?
Well, it's quite a timely presence here right now at the conference because we just came out with version 6. So a lot of our customers are asking about version 6, what's new. And for us, we're excited to talk about our new backup copy. Tell us a little bit about backup copy. What's important about backup copy?
I feel thrown under the bus, but okay. So backup copy is probably our number one requested feature in the product after the ones that we've already satisfied out there, but it allows you to back up to a lower cost object storage, which means all of those compliances where you have to keep the data for 7 or 10 years, you can tier some of those off that you can meet the compliance, get that data back, but you're paying a 12th of the cost at least with the storage types. And
we have self-service restore. We have self-service restore for there is more. So really the biggest part, I should say, of version 6 is really the self-service restore portal. Because that really was the biggest request from our clients. They simply want to be able to empower their users to restore their own data. And for IT admins that spend a lot of time each day having to restore just those simple user errors.
You got that one person.
To be dragged down by
You're going to have a Monday email.
Absolutely. You don't want to be dragged down by having to restore all that data. So for M365, we give the confidence that, we can securely deliver that ability to restore and get that data back to the user whenever they can without having to wait for a ticket.
So Edward and I do a lot of presentations and we do a lot of webinars about our product. And without a doubt, every single webinar we had to answer the question, do you guys have a self-service portal?
Yes.
I kid you not, every feature that we have gotten consecutively in the past few years has been the top questions inside of those chats. So we're definitely feature driven by the community.
Definitely.
That's awesome.
Why should people stop at your booth?
They should stop by our booth if you're looking to really get more visibility. get more visibility into Office 365. So when there's a challenge and people are calling into the service desk wondering, why, obviously it's still hybrid workforce. So Teams call quality is a big issue right now. So our solution really gives you that visibility and understanding, where is that person? Right. What device are they connected to? Is it wired or wireless? That's a real big mover right now. And then just tracking adoption. Obviously, during the pandemic, everyone went full force, boundaries fell as far as technology advancing, but are people struggling still with the technology? So we can actually dive into that and say, okay, why is this person not necessarily using Teams or using OneDrive or SharePoint and things like that?
Yeah, and I will say that, probably the number one question that we've been getting, Jay, is, you know what? Why do I actually need to have visibility into M365? Why do I need to back up M365? Why do I need this stuff? Because Microsoft does a great job at a lot of different components within what we do. However, they don't actually provide necessarily those purpose-built solutions to really enable, true data protection, maybe true visibility and reporting, things like that. So really, as third-party providers, it's really up to us to really kind of educate that. And that's really what we've spent a good portion of the event doing with that question. Why? Why do I do this?
We deal with the same questions, right. Whether native tools like the Service Health dashboard that Microsoft provides.
Sure.
But Microsoft's busy focusing on delivering value-add features, right. And that creates the opportunity for ISVs like us. And that creates the partner ecosystem, which Microsoft's always been all about.
Absolutely.
So the next one we're going to be at is going to be EduCon, right? So when is that?
Yeah, EduCon. So why don't you tell us when EduCon is?
So EduCon is coming up. It's going to be in Seattle.
It will be in Seattle, yes. And
when is EduCon? I'm going to ask my events person. I'm going to pull her in. She's our support for these. May 9th and May 13th, okay. Right before Veeam On.
Right before Veeam On. And if you're not familiar with Veeam On, that is Veeam's premier event. And that's where we are going to be talking about all of our solutions. You're going to get to hear from our leadership. You're going to hear about V11. You're going to be able to hear about ransomware trends, Kubernetes data protection. You're going to hear about AWS, Azure, Google, Salesforce, of course, Microsoft 365 backup, whether that's Exchange Online, SharePoint Online, OneDrive for Business, or even Microsoft Teams protection. You're going to hear it all. So this is a virtual event, also in person, back in Las Vegas, just in a month and a half, I think.
Are you going to be there?
I think we might.
I'm going to be happy to have you. We'll have to...
No, I think it's been great. I mean, the energy, people are back, the conversations, and getting to meet more of your guys' customers would be awesome, and partners, and obviously we have very complementary solutions. So
Absolutely. We have a really important concept to kind of go on. It's not just an in-person event. We're not just here in Vegas. We're doing a completely free virtual experience of our entire event. There's going to be a couple hybrid sessions. There's going to be sessions online that are not going to be given in person. So if you haven't registered and you're like, I don't think I'm going to go, I'm not going to be in person, I'm not comfortable with that yet, definitely head over and sign up and register at least for that online experience, because you're going to have pretty much free reign access, but there's really nothing that can compare to this conversational back and forth, but we are working on making that right for you guys.
Absolutely. Yeah, so definitely be sure to sign up for Veeam On Virtual. Again, this is where this is the place. This is going to be the place to really learn all the data protection trends and kind of where Veeam's heading into the future. So definitely
come see us speak.
Don't miss it. And come see us speak, right?
Semi-entertaining at least here. So absolutely. What's the next event you're going to be at?
I think it might be the Veeam conference.
Okay.
So we're just now lining up the shows that we're doing, kind of dipping our toes in the water. Did one last year. Still getting adjusted to the post-pandemic.
Is this your guys' first event back?
No, we did one. We did CommsV Next in Denver in, I think it was August. Micro show, about 200 people, but great. If you're interested in Teams, CommsV Next is something I highly recommend. And again, it's all about the community. So bouncing around, you will definitely see us at several, possibly the EDU conferences as well. We're looking into that.
Nice. Awesome.
All right. We have one last view at our map before we get wrapped up here. Let's go ahead and take a look. We'll start off in the United States. We have New York joining us here.
New York.
Yeah, we had a conversation about this the other night, or last night, wasn't it, about the New York accent? It is a definite, it's a good accent. I love it.
Distinctive, right. Yeah.
And heading over to Europe, we have Spain joining us. Down to Africa, we have Senegal, South Africa, Oman, and Belgium. Belgium's in here.
All right.
Nice.
Cool.
Global
They good
audience.
beer.
All right. Yeah, they do. Yes, they do. They do. And chocolates.
They do. So, to wrap up closing thoughts, if you've not registered Veeam On, that is the very first thing that you should be going to do after this session is going
Absolutely.
to check out the website, veeamon.com, May 16th to
18th.
18th.
Yes.
That's right. Do you have any closing thoughts for us about coming forward? You want to pitch the event tonight?
Yeah, I
again?
would just say if you're here and you haven't been to a scheduled maintenance event, it's one you're not going to want to miss. And also just thank you guys for the opportunity and the support. It's awesome. It's awesome to be here.
So I also heard there's going to be rides. Is this true?
There's going to be rides hanging over the
I'm
top of the
excited.
stratosphere.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
So closing thoughts on your side?
Closing thoughts. If you could make it to an event like this, again, we hope you'll join us for Veeam On Virtual. That is 16th to the 19th. You can go on veeam.com/Veeam On to get registered, and we look forward to having you join us there. So absolutely, get plugged into the community, and we look forward to seeing you there.
So, there's going to be another live show this Friday with Rick Vanover and Kirsten Stoner. They will be live at a security convention in Halifax, Nova Scotia.
How about that?
That's exciting.
Nice and cold up there.
I'm sure
It's cold.
If I wasn't here, I would be there. That's definitely. And then, of course, we got Monday Insights with Melissa Palmer and Jason Buffington. You're not going to want to miss that. I know they've been pulling out those data protection numbers that have been really big and impactful in the community. We need a new dummies book for that.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Don't miss J-Buff.
So we appreciate all of you joining us, and you have a great rest of your event if you're here, and great rest of your day if you're not.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Folks.